Welcome back, friends. It's Dawn with For Grace Creations, and I wanted to do something with this fabulous tissue paper. I was given a gift for my birthday, and this tissue paper was in it. Isn't that beautiful? I adore the colors, and I didn't really know what to do with it, but then, I got an idea, and I thought, ooh, I want to show you. Do you have any plain envelope, like coin envelopes? Maybe you've got something like that. I've got this little guy here. I've got this one, kind of bigger. And I have a few more that are kind of like coin envelopes, right? I have an idea of what we could do with these, and let me show you. This one here was made out of this. I got this from a friend, and it had some fun things inside of it, and there were actually two. So I covered it with this, front and back, and I added just a little bit of fun here, a flower there, and now we have a cute envelope for inside of a journal. So why don't we do that? Now, I will also show you first how to make your own tissue paper, just in case you don't have anything pretty like this, okay? So let's just set this aside just for a minute, because I want everybody to be able to play. Well, maybe you don't have a coin envelope. Maybe we should start there. Well, this is prototype, okay? So if you don't have a coin envelope, let's start with that, okay? We're looking at this here. Do you have just regular blank paper? Let me grab, I do. I have, let's see. Ugh. Sorry, I'm reaching for it. Oof. I'm trying. Okay. It's kind of a grayish color. All right, so look at, let me zoom out. That's the size difference, right? Get that out of the way. So here's what we're gonna do. We have long ways, right? Nope. Turn it sideways, okay? We're going to fold it over, line it up at the bottom, give it a good crease. If you have a bone folder, do that. Then we're going to take this side, and we're going to fold that over, and let's give that a good crease. Okay, and then we're going to fold this up just a little bit, maybe a half an inch, and give it a good crease there. And we're going to fold the top down. Oh, what? How much is that? Let me just look. That is 1 inch. So let's just eyeball it, and we'll fold it down. There we go. Okay, we have all of our creases. Now grab a pair of scissors. Open this up. And what we want to do is take some bulk out. So we're going to take off here and here to start out with, okay? So follow your crease line and cut that. Okay. There we go. We're going to cut the other one off. We're going to try. There we go. Now, let's do the same thing on the other end. We're just going to cut off the two side pieces. And we're making a handmade coin envelope. Okay, so what we'll do now is we're going to fold this over and this over. Fold that up. Okay, does it look about right? Oh no, the edges are curved. So all we have to do, maybe instead of curving it, maybe we'll just cut sideways. There we go. The top is curved, so we could cut that. We could use something like this and just force the edges to be curved. If you don't have one of these, just cut around it. Okay, now glue. We're going to, any glue will work. We're just gonna go ahead and put some glue on here. And making sure we get the edges really well. Fold that over. And then we're going to glue the bottom. And fold it up. And guess what? You now have your very own coin envelope. See, and you can change the size however you want. That one we made is just a little bit bigger because my paper was bigger. But you can make it whatever size you want. So now that we know how to make that, okay, let's move to making our own scrapbook paper. So I have this. It is from Patty over at the Bumbling Crafter. We've been sending each other some bits, just the bits, you know, scraps and things. So we have something to play with that is from another crafter's desk. And this, I think, it feels like a paper towel or maybe a napkin, something like that. But she's got some fun on there. I thought we could make our own tissue paper out of this by taking the cleanup or whatever beauty is on here and maybe just adding some stamps. So I've got some black ink and gathered twigs. That just happens to be what's sitting next to me. And I'm going to open my stamp drawer. And I've got all kinds of stamps here, but I'm thinking maybe we grab, well, first a block, and maybe we grab something that you could find at the Dollar Tree. So let's grab, here we go. Let's grab that because it comes from the Dollar Tree. And let's just take one off and get some ink on there. And randomly stamp, right? Oh my. Maybe we want to use some black. Hello, there we go. Okay, now maybe we want to just take this whole stamping thing and add black to everything that's on here. And then we could take this and come over here and give it a good press wherever there's stamps. Okay, that didn't work quite as well as I'd hoped. So let's take this off. And maybe we'll just do it this way. Oh my. We've got leaves all over. How fun is that? Okay. Now we want to switch stamps. Get something different. And I've got a butterfly sitting here. And I've got these, again, totally Dollar Tree. That's not going to stay on there. I'm going to try a baby wipe. It feels really dry and dusty. Let's clean that off. And clean this off. See if it'll stick then. Not sure. Let's just try it. Ooh, yeah? And just keep moving your stamp around. And the more little stamps you use, the more fun pattern you get, in my opinion. Let's take off the butterfly, and then we'll put these on there. Maybe we'll try doing both at the same time. And where should we go? How about here? Over here. See, and you just randomly start. And you've got your very own homemade tissue paper. Use different colors. Go all out. Have lots of fun with that. I'm going to put these back. And I think what we're going to do is call this good. Now, let me get these out of the way. Grab this. And I think on this one, I will use this. Why not? I'm going to have a glue book down because I don't want glue to get all over my desk. And here's what we're doing. Grab your glue stick. This is the front. We're going to get glue all over it, paying close attention to those edges. And it doesn't matter what brand of glue stick you use, just use what you have. Okay. Get the glue book out of the way. And then take this, lay it over top, and press down. I'm going to turn it upside down and really give it a good press. And then we're going to set it aside to dry a little bit before we cut the edges off. So while that's drying, let's go ahead and get this one and turn that gluey page. And let's do this one with my tissue paper that I got with my birthday gift. It was from my son and my soon-to-be daughter-in-law. I'm so excited. More kids in the family. All right, and so then take our tissue paper, open it up, and place it on top. Give it a good press. Let it dry before coming in to trim it really well. For now, just because this tissue paper is so big, I'm just going to do a quick trim. Press it down again. This way, see, it's easier to set aside to dry. Yeah, okay. Oof, boy. Let's maybe do, should we do one more? I think let's try this one, because I think when this one is down on a page in your journal, you probably would glue 3 sides to use, and glue that down. Then you'd have a pocket here and this pocket here. So my thought is probably gluing this pretty paper just to the front because you won't see the back. So we'll grab this and this. Ooh. Now I don't want glue to get on here, but I do want it right up to the edge. So I think we'll grab a scrap book page here. Oh, that happens to fit perfectly. Put it down. Oh, no, it doesn't. I got to be careful. So what I'll do is I'll just go across this edge really well and then move the book page over and go across that really well and then get that out of there and do the whole thing. Ooh, need more glue. I go through so much glue, it is ridiculous. but I have more stick glue arriving very, very soon. Okay, we'll set the glue book aside, and I think we'll take this, and then we need to align this tissue paper right at the top. Did we get it? Yes, I think I did. There we go. Okay, and then I'm just gonna come in and cut off the bottom so that it can set aside to dry. Okay, now all this extra tissue paper I'm just gonna throw on the floor next to me for a minute. Let's come back to this one. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna cut along the edges as best as we can. Okay, my son knocked on the door, we were talking, and I just cut it out while we were talking, except this piece here, I wondered if that, no, it's not big enough to fold over, so we'll just cut that off. That is quite all right. Oof, there we go. So, oh my gosh, see? I think that looks so cool, and we didn't know what we were gonna get. And then we fold that over, because obviously it's gonna be an envelope, right? And we can do whatever we want on this side. We can go ahead and use more of this. We can leave it blank. We could grab maybe, what is that, frayed burlap. And we could go around the edges. Because this here, what I would do with it, I would make an altered paper clip and stick it in a journal that way. I don't think I would glue it down to a page, just for fun. And I do think that looks kind of cool. And I love this. Now, that's kind of white. I think we'll go ahead, since this is out, and go over the edges with frayed burlap. Now, say you didn't like that, it's awfully boring. Well, you know what? We could do a little collage with it. We could put a butterfly on it. It's kind of the wrong color, isn't it? I got this in a Happy Mail. Have not known what to do with it. There's a little white piece on there. Okay, I think I got it off. We could put that there. And I did get another little flower as Happy Mail. We could put that there. Should we do that? Let's just do it. And this is kind of fragile. Maybe I can get just a little glue out. If you know me, you're probably laughing, because you know that a little glue for me is a bit funny. I try to just do a little, and then it oozes out everywhere, but we'll try it. I want to move it. Let's see. There. I want you to see the word seek. Oh, sure enough, we've got glue oozing out. Okay, I got it. Now, let's glue this down like that. I think that'll work. All right, so that is what we've got. Now, over here, I think I might like to put a little bit of lace across there. Let's see what I have. I've got yellow. I don't want yellow. I want green. Well, shoot. All right, you know what? Let's just use this. I got this as a gift. I do adore trading Happy Mail. We could, I have an idea. Let's measure right about there. And then I'm noticing this is folded like that. Why don't we put it on like that? And then when you open, there'll be some there too. What do you think? I think cute. So let's get some glue. This would probably work better with hot glue. It'd be faster, but I don't care. Come on, let's get this glue on here. Center it and put that down. And then on this side, there we go. Kind of press it down gently. And there's our decoration for the top. We need to make sure it dries first before closing it, but I love that. Now, while this one dries over here, for this one here, I'm going to actually trim it so there's a little bit left. Just because I'm going to fold it over. It might look better that way. And so I'll just use this. And we'll go ahead and get some glue on there. And then the bottom, because remember this side will be glued down to a page, so we won't even see it. There we go. And then I think what I would do, let me just squish that in there. I think for me, up top here, just take a dauber and do like that. And then pull this up and do this edge as well. Like that, just so you can see what's going on. And then, I mean, we do have this sitting here. We could use it. Oof. Oh, we got little fluff balls going everywhere. Why don't we see if I can tie a bow? See if that'll work. 2 bunny ears. And, oh my gosh, I suck at making bows. It is what it is. There we go. And then pull that in some. And chop that off. I think it needs to be a little smaller. Okay. Oh, hey, whoa, let go. And then I think what I'll do is get glue there, and we'll go ahead and glue this down. Stay. No, quit sticking to my finger. Okay, I think maybe it needs glue. Right there. Yeah, it does. That's why it wasn't staying. Okay. Is this one glued? It needs more right there. Perfect. And I want these to stay. So we'll just glue that one down like that. Ooh. Do we need a butterfly as well somewhere? I want a butterfly, and I think we'll put her right there. Yes. Okay, that will do for that one, in my opinion. How cute is that? I just love this pattern. Oh, all right. So that is all I thought I would show you today. Just because, I mean, I was having fun with it. And I thought, well, what if you don't know about this idea? Now you do. Now, I don't know for sure, but I'm sure other people have had this idea. I just haven't gone looking. Do you know what I mean? I try and do my best at giving people credit where credit is due. You know what I mean? But sometimes you just get an idea yourself. You know darn well somebody else has probably had the idea. But you don't credit anybody because you just don't know who to credit. Now, I think with this one, am I going to glue it down to a page? No. So I think with this one, I'm going to wait a little while for this to dry some more until I can feel it's completely dry. And then I'm going to put another layer on this side. And then I think that would be something that I also would just stick in a pocket in a journal with some fun things down in that. And I would want to decorate it more. What about... No, that's totally the wrong color. Oh, but if this flappy flap was like that, that flower could go there. I have this Just the Bits from Patty. I have this little piece here, and that right there with that flower would be adorable. Let's just do that while we're here. Okay. And then we'll grab our Bible verse of the day. Hey, I said stay down where the glue is. Thank you. And we'll get... All right, maybe this needs glue inside of there because it's not wanting to stay. Okay, I would hope that would be enough glue, for Pete's sake. All right, hold that down. Put the lid on the glue. Our Bible verse of the day. Picking a card here. Psalm 139, verses 13 and 14. You created my innermost being. You knit me together in my mother's womb. I praise you because I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Yes. Love that verse. Love that verse. Psalm 139, verse 13 and 14. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, friends. I will see you tomorrow, maybe the next day, for some more fun, because I have yet another idea. Yep, more experimenting. Bye, guys. Thanks for being here.